Hello, everybody. Today we are going to mess around a little bit with iMovie and make a short video clip composed of a bunch of photos from our collections. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to start by going to my applications, and I'm going to go scroll down and find iMovie, or scroll up, open it up. And once I get in, let's see here. That's another one I was working on here. You should get to something like this. You're going to want to start a project. I'm in the project screen here. I'm going to start a new project. So I'm going to hit the plus button. I'm going to want to do a movie. Okay. I'm not going to do a theme with it. So I'm just going to start with a blank screen. And I'm going to name this, well, Muriel and I were playing around with some stuffies tonight, so we're going to call this movie Barry and Skunky Get Into Mischief. Now that will not be the name of your production. Yours will be something titled, your year in 4th grade, or your name and the year, something along those lines. Okay, since I didn't take photos of myself every day along the year, I had to kind of improvise tonight, which is why we are here and working with some photos that we took a little bit earlier this evening. Okay, so here's iMovie, and the first thing you can see, well, so let's talk a little bit about what's here. So this is the screen, and you get to see here what it is that you're working on. Down here is where you add your little pictures, and then what you do is you will play, and this part here will show sort of what it is that you've built so far. So right now, we need to get some pictures that we could then kind of put in down here and turn into a movie. So I'm going to need to import some photos. So let's go to, whoopsie doodle, come back over here. I'll import media. And I am going to go to my desktop because that's where my photos happen to be. I think yours are in your pictures folder. Am I not right? You can always move them to your desktop and then load them in if that's easier to do. So let's go down and find mine. So I'm doing, there we are, look at that folder. Barry and Skunky Make Mischief. Okay. And you can see I've got all of these photos here. I'm going to import all of them. And if you want to click through and see, Barry is Muriel's best stuffy, Skunky is Charlotte's. And so we had some lovely photo shoots here. Let's import them all. And now, let's see. That looks like it only took one of them. I am confused. Let's go back and try that again. Import media. You know what I'm going to do is highlight all of them. There we go. Now I'm going to import all of them. There we go. All right. And now we're ready to get started. So this is sort of my workspace, or this is my workspace. This is the different things that I can put down in my workspace and organize. So I'm going to start off, let's take a picture here of Barry and Skunky, starting the evening off right. The yellow box is highlighting that photo because that's the one I'm using, and I'm going to drag it and drop it down in my workspace here. After that one, I'm thinking maybe let's do this one next. So I click on it to select it, and then I drag and drop. Now, one thing that's a bit challenging is you can see my workspace is already sort of filled up. So this little slide here will shrink down the size of your clips so that then you can get more in your work map. All right, so let's just put a few more in here. Let's take this one, drag and drop. Let's have Barry and Skunky eating ice cream. Skunky climbing out of the egg carton. Here comes Skunky and Barry riding Tigery. And last but not least, we have all of them with Muriel doing bunny ears. Let's move that there. Okay, so there you go. Now, if I wanted to see what this looked like, what I would do then is play it. And I can either do that by pressing play up here, and it'll start it for me. This down here, you can see this shows where you are and kind of as you move through your video. Sort of tracks it for you. You can use spacebar to stop it, and I'm going to grab with a hand. I can move back and forth along here if I want to look at certain sections. Okay, but anyway, I'm pretty happy with how my clips look. The thing is, though, that your viewers are going to see all these wonderful pictures of you, but they're not going to necessarily understand that these pictures are pictures that are taken throughout the year. So we're going to want to add some titles in between pictures so that people can say like, oh, okay, this is what you look like in September. This is what you look like in October. This is how you were in March. So I'm going to go over here to titles. And I personally have just kind of played with a standard one here. I'm going to again select it. I'm going to now drag it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag and insert a title in between each of these as sort of a little introduction for each of my little pictures. So let's take this one and I'm going to drag one of them here. And come on, drag another one here. Okay. I had a hard time with the first one, getting one before the first one, so I realized now you have to, come on, see, oh, you're giving me a hard time. There we go. If you push over, far over to the left, it'll eventually scoot, okay? And I could continue this. Let's just do that fast. Boom. Now for you, what you'll be putting on these titles are the different dates when you took your photo. How do you find that information, you ask? Well, of course, you would find it because you titled it with the date in the title. So you could simply look at the title of each photo and put them in order that way, sequentially. I think they're probably also logged in your, when you look on in your folder, they'll have a date next to the name as well. And so that would be an easy way to tell which one came first and so on and so forth. Okay, so now I've got all these titles in between. How do we edit them? So I'm going to click on this. Come on. Okay, now I'm here on this one. Make it yellow so I know I'm working with it. And this part is a little bit weird because it says title text here, but it says it 3 different places. So I'm going to kind of, you have to really actually get rid of it all 3 places. Otherwise, what happens is in the middle of your movie, it'll say title text here, which doesn't look very attractive. Okay, so this is where you would put in a date. Ours for Barry and Skunky, this was all May 19th. And I'm going to say, for us, I'll put a time. So we'll say this is Barry and Skunky at 3:30 p.m. Okay. Let's see. So now let's move on to this one. I just want to check that one here. Let's come back over here. Come on, grab her. Test it. Oh, yep, there it is. And then now you'll see the photo. Now you move on to your next one. That's what I was talking about, title text here. So let's fix that. We'll make this. Come on. There we go. May 19th. 4:45. Get rid of this here. And there you go. So let's bring this back to the beginning. And now you get a sense of the whole scene. Looking good. Looking good. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I think you get the point, but you would continue the same labeling for the rest of your pictures. And then you're pretty much done, so it's time to share. Let's talk about sharing. Because right now, this movie exists on this particular computer. You need to publish this video so that then you can load it into your presentation and it's there for everybody to see. So you may have noticed already the share button up in the top right. You're going to click. And what you're going to do is you're going to post it on YouTube. Oh, look at that. Barry and Skunky get into mischief. All right, I'm going to do next. And yes, I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. Okay, should be it. Let's pull up Chrome real quick and see if it's there. Yeah. I'm going to go to my YouTube. Click on the waffle, go down to YouTube. Be patient, we're almost there. Okay. You have to find it. And I remember videos. Hey Joshua, there you are, there's your video. Okay. That's the one I did earlier. Date added. It's just not up yet. So you may have to be patient for a few minutes. You can see this is the one I did earlier tonight, and it should just pop up. Okay. But there you go. Once you're there, let's just take my current one here. Once you're there, all I did to get this into my presentation was to go down to share. This is the YouTube link. I'm going to hit copy, Control C, or Command C, I should say. Then if I go to my presentation, let's see, go to my drive. Come on, drive. You can do it. Let's just find a random presentation. Wait, that's not what I want to do. Sorry. Let's go to search drive. Come on. Oh, little drive. Come on. There we go. Presentations. Let's find something. Should I put my video inside Nabiha's digital portfolio? That's not. All right, let's do quotes and information. Sure, let's go ahead. This is one I did. So let's say I was going to suddenly put my video in here. What I would do now is go to Insert, go down to Video, and this, rather than search for your video on YouTube, you'll never find it. Go to URL, and that's where you paste in your YouTube address. Watch this. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Now watch this. It's going to suddenly pop into my presentation. There I am. So cool. So you can shrink this down and move it around and so on and so forth, but that gives you the general idea. All right. So thanks for watching. Basically what we did here today was we learned how to do iMovie. Once we had iMovie, we learned how to share. After we shared, right, on YouTube, then we went to a presentation and inserted that video into the presentation. It's going to go on the title screen of your digital portfolio so that people can start the overview of the year with an overview of you. All right, thanks for watching.